Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I am grateful to be here, and I am glad to be here. You know, over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about leadership, specifically characteristics of leaders. Those great leaders that can match the leadership that they have in their workplace with the leadership that they have in their home. What are those great characteristics? And I've identified 8. They're not they don't catch all of them, but identified the 8 what I call drivers. Drivers that pull along with them other great qualities and characteristics that all of us aspire to have. In the first week, we talked about being in gratitude and how powerful it is that we're in gratitude, and we don't always have to be relying upon grateful for. It's good that we can be grateful for, but grateful for requires comparisons. It requires expectations. Grateful in allows us to be grateful in no matter what the circumstances are. It's like grateful for on steroids without the expectation and without the comparison. Last week, I think it was last week, we talked about being we talked about being true wealth based. There we go. We talked about being true wealth based. What are those things that we value most? What are those things that we value perhaps even more than money? And really understanding those things that are essential for us, especially as it comes to making decisions. Are the decisions that you're making, will they draw you closer to those things you value most? That's a very simple question. Will this draw me closer to those things I value most? If the answer is yes, along with other considerations, then you move forward. Today, we're going to talk about probably the number one responsibility of a leader. The number one responsibility of a leader is to set the vision. And that vision has to be so big that you continue to move towards it, much like the horizon. As I move towards the horizon, it moves. Same thing is true with our individual visions, that they should be able to move. And then our business for our vision for our family and our vision for our team. Should our vision for ourselves, our family, and our team, your team that you're building, if you're an entrepreneur, should those 3 align? Absolutely. You can't wear 3 different masks. They've got to align. They've got to overlap. And so when you're working with your family and when you're working with your business, the intent would be to say, if I'm working with Lori, which we have, Lori, what's your vision that's bigger than yourself, where you want to go? And if she knows my vision, and the vision is to take our business and take empowered wealth to the highest level, and we look at that and she says, oh my goodness, this is empowering, because as I move closer to my vision, by clearly understanding the vision of empowered wealth and your vision, Lee, then I'm able to help pull that along. And as you move along, as empowered wealth moves along, it pulls me along as well. Now that's what happens in the family. And in the business, it can be the same thing. As you understand what your team member's vision is, and as they express it, and they can see that that vision that there's a relationship between their vision and the vision of the company, then they will stick with you no matter what. I'm so grateful for those individuals in my company that have stuck with me no matter what. We've been through some tough times. And you know what? They're right there. They're right there because their vision of the future extends much beyond the normal person's horizon. And that vision allows them to hang on and sustain themselves. I shared with you a story one time about a colleague of mine that I coach, and he came in all excited and he said, I have to tell you something. He loves to hike. He's about 50 years old. He loves to hike high mountain elevations. And so not technical climb, but hike, trek. And he was trekking along in Colorado, somewhere around 12 or 13,000 foot, and he's hiking along, and he hears somebody coming from behind. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm competitive. I hear somebody coming from behind, I speed up. If I'm jogging, see somebody coming forward, I usually go faster going towards them than I do going away from them. It's just human nature, and that's what he did. He sped up. Now, as he's moving along, and this guy is coming closer and closer, when he gets side by side, he looks at him and goes, this guy's in his 70s. I can't let him pass me up, so he speeds it up a little bit. Now he's cranking along, but he can't hold it. His chest is going to explode, and this guy starts to move away, and he reaches out and touches him, and he says, wait, what drives you? And he turned around and looked at him just very quickly and instinctively said, my vision of the future sustains my present agony. And I have thought about this many times. I thought, wow, what a great message. If our vision is so strong, so clear, then we can get through anything. It's going to sustain us and buoy us up. I don't care how tough it is. But if that vision sustains out, and in my respect, one of the great blessings that we have in our family is we have an eternal vision, one that even extends beyond this lifetime, and it allows us to be able to deal with the challenges that we face. So my question to you for this week is, what's your vision? How can you help other people develop their vision and find the link between the two? By doing that, you empower a group, and the power of the group is so much greater than the power of the one. Have a wonderful week. Have a meaningful week. I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.